Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear viewers. Welcome back to my channel, The Knowledge Tower. And my name is Abdul Qayyum, and Professor of English abroad. Hope so that you have watched my previous videos, which I have uploaded from time to time about different informative. And this time, as I promised in my previous video, that I'm going to give you an overview about the general academic training module. The other two skills that I have already discussed with you, and today I'm going to discuss with you the remaining two skills and overview of that. Although I will give a detailed version and detailed lecture on each skill and module later in my later videos, but this is very important to make you understand the foundation of modules which are assessed, and what is the time requirement, and what are the things and tasks and which are assigned and which we are supposed to do during this type of examination, right? So we are going to start with speaking and reading skills, which are left now. So I will give you an overview about these two skills and modules. So let's start with speaking skill. So a speaking skill, as I said previously, also is very important and significant, and it plays a vital role in making your image and impression and securing impression in front of the interviewer. So because you can speak better, you can respond to the task which is given to you in speaking task effectively, and you will be able to get better scores and better impression as well. So in speaking skill is one of the fundamental skills. It is very interactive skill as well. So in speaking skill of IELTS General module, you have three parts. So in part one, that is the 4 to 5 minutes approximately duration is that. And what will you need to talk about in part one? In part one there will be general questions on familiar topics which are related to you, maybe about your likes or dislikes or your free time and your daily routine, something like that. So we'll be talking about that. But remember one thing, that in speaking task part one, you are not assessed here. Basically this is the warm-up exercise, so that you can feel, or the candidate who is appearing in the part one of speaking test can feel at ease and comfort and convenience, and then can, after warm up in part 2 and part 3, your real assessment starts. So you can talk about, when you're starting speaking about part 1, so the familiar topics, this is entirely about you. So what do you like and what are your dislikes and these kind of things. So you can express yourself better, you can talk better and use your better expressions and vocabulary and lexical resource and ideas, and effectively tackle the topic, although it is not assessed, but it is a first impression. As it is said that first impression is the last impression. So in continuation of this one, after the finishing of the part 1 after 4 to 5 minutes, so what we are supposed to do, the part 2 of your speaking skill starts. So in part 2, approximately time which is allotted is 3 to 4 minutes. It can also exceed, but most probably the interviewer restricts to 3 to 4 minutes. As I said, it can be, there is a relaxation of time. In this case, if you are talking some interesting thing about that and relevant to the topic which is given to you, so it can a bit increase also, maybe, but it doesn't stretch too much. So in part 2 of speaking, you are given a topic card. A topic card is given to you in which main topic is given, and then supplementary or supplementary points are given in bullets points or whatever. So in which main topic, for example, describe someone who influenced too much to you in your life and played an effective and vital role in molding your life and building up your future, or choosing your subjects of your studies, whatever, or building up your career. So whatever type of topic, this is the main topic, then supplementary divisions or bullet points will be there in this topic card. And then before a topic card is given to you, you are given 1 minute after delivery of the topic card. You are given 1 minute to think about it, the topic, and then 2 minutes to talk about it. So in this case, one thing you need to understand, what a kind of admonition that I would like to give you is that you must focus on the topic card, and you must not add on your own something which is not there in the topic card. See, it means that you must be relevant and you must be to the point and cover all the information which is given in the topic card. Do not delete something which is given in the topic card in when you're speaking about it or expressing or explaining it, and do not add something which is not related to it or which is not there in the topic card. So it means entirely you have to focus on the main topic as well as the supplementary or the bullet points given in the topic card. So restrict yourself and take less lapses when you are speaking, and fluency should be there, and you are likely to get very good grades and bands in this part 2. And then you proceed, the interviewer proceeds to the third part, which is again a very important part. This here also the time limitation which is given for that is 4 to 5 minutes approximately. So it can also add, means you can also add, or if you are, some interesting supplementary extended questions are asked to you, so time limit can increase maximum up to 1 minute or 30 seconds or 40 seconds, whatever the case is. But this is the approximate time which is given. And in this part 3 of speaking skill, you are asked, means the interviewer asks you extended questions or abstract questions based on what did you say or what did you explain in topic card about part 2. So mostly the question will be about that. For example, if as I said in part 2, the main topic is about someone who influenced your life in selecting your career or in selecting your subjects or course of studies. So the supplementary question could be that should we get influenced by others in our life as far as the choice of subject is concerned, or as far as the building up of career is concerned? What do you think about it? So this is abstract or supplementary, or it is extended question on that. So many other extended questions can be made on this one, and interviewer can ask you those questions. Okay, and some of the things which are very important, the areas which are assessed in speaking are the following. For example, number 1, your fluency and coherence is checked. So fluency and coherence means that you should be fluent. You should not take long lapses in your speaking or communication. So this can be achieved by consistent and systematic practice, continuous practice. If you take one topic on daily basis and you continue to talk to those guys who have knowledge of English language, and they can help you to speak better, they can add something in your speaking abilities and skills. So you can do that, and you can continuously improve your speaking skills and fluency. So coherence means logical link should be there. So all your speaking skills or whatever ideas that you're going to discuss must be interlinked. Second important thing in speaking skill is lexical resource. Lexical resource is about vocabulary. You must use appropriate, relevant vocabulary, and you must have a lot of storehouse of vocabulary so that you can use and utilize that vocabulary in different versions, different variations of language. And if you have good vocabulary, you likely have very good chances of getting good grades and bands in the speaking exam. Third important thing in speaking module is grammatical range and accuracy. So again, as we have already emphasized in my previous video also about writing skills, and that accuracy of writing also, grammatical range is also required over there. Similarly in speaking skill also, grammatical range and proper and effective and relevant use of tenses and other important subject-verb agreement and things, that is grammatical range, which falls in the grammatical range, must be there, and accuracy should be there. So means if you're talking about the present event, you use present tense and different forms of denominations and classification of present tense. Similarly past tense and the future tense, or sometimes you can use present continuous for future happenings. It depends how effectively you use your grammatical knowledge and range in your speaking skills. And the fourth important thing is the pronunciation in speaking skill. Pronunciation means the tone the way you talk and the standard acceptable pronunciation of language, how do you spell the words. So that is also very important. But one advice is very important in this case to give you also: try to be natural in speaking pronunciation skills. Do not try to adapt or adopt the pronunciation that you are influenced by somebody, maybe from talk shows, or maybe from dramas, or maybe from films, or maybe from other sources that you like very much, some accents, and you try to follow them. Do not try to imitate, do not try to be superfluous, do not try to be artificial, always try to be natural, but your pronunciation of the words should be clear, should be accurate, should be acceptable, be natural. Sometimes you know that pronunciation is influenced by local variations and cultures, so that doesn't matter. So you must try to make a lot of practice, listen to radio programs, BBC programs, or other news channels related to English language, and you can help yourself in improving your pronunciation, but try to be natural and be normal and relaxed. The next important module for the general IELTS is the reading. So reading is also very effective module which is assessed in general IELTS. So it checks your reading abilities. How do you skim? How do you scan? If you want to get some specific information, what kind of skills you need to adopt. If you want to get some, skim some information, you don't have to focus in that case to those which are irrelevant details. So skimming, scanning and predicting, these are some skills that you have to adopt in reading also. And these are the things, because if you know these skills, you will be able to manage your time effectively. Otherwise you will spend a lot of time, because many candidates do this mistake, that where the skimming is required, they start to scanning, or where scanning is required, they start to something else. So in that case, time is wasted away and you will not be able to manage it. And as I said to you, that in reading also there are 3 sections, and section 1, section 2 and section 3. In section 1 there are 14 items or questions, in section 2 there are 13 items and questions, and in section 3 there are 13 items again. So total are 40 questions or 40 items. So 40 marks are there, and each item is worth 1 mark. And time duration which is given in reading skills or reading modules in IELTS examination is 1 hour. So you have to manage your time accordingly. In section number 1, where 14 items or questions are given, what kind of reading texts are classified, which you are supposed to come across. In section 1 of reading, you come across 2 to 3 short texts. If 2 to 3 short texts are not there, then several shorter texts will be there, and these several shorter texts will be talking about different type of advertisements from different companies, and then accordingly there will be questions based on these shorter texts, or 2-3 short texts. So you have to read them minutely and carefully to form up your idea about what these advertisements or shorter texts are about. Similarly, in section 2, where 13 items are given, and there will be 2 texts related to workplace. Workplace, like information about staff, or information about rules and regulation of workplace, or some kind of things which are related to workplace. So those 2 texts will be talking about workplace stuff like that. And here also you have to focus directly on these 2 texts and try to read the questions and then form of your idea what is required from you, and accordingly you can read the texts to answer the questions. Third section of reading module is containing 13 items again. So there will be 1 long discursive text. As I said, in writing also you are given some discursive topics, and here also you are given some discursive topics, that is argumentative essay type of thing, or argumentative or problem solution or comparative contrast or opinion type of text is given. And it will be intuitive, means based on reasons, and you have to support it, means that text will be supported with reasons. So this type of discursive article you have to be very minute and read in between the lines so that you can understand, and also read the questions of section 3. So these questions, when you read them, it will give you an idea about what kind of information is required from you to find out from the text which is given. So, as I said that during this 1 hour you have to manage your time effectively so that no portion is left without unanswered, or the tasks which are supposed usually to be asked in reading skills are these. For example, there will be some MCQ type multiple choice questions, there will be true, false and not given questions. Some candidates feel a lot of difficulty in understanding which one is false statements and which one is not given statement. This is very easy to understand. False statement is that statement when you read that sentence and tally it with the concerned text, you come to understand that the information which is given in the sentence is there in the sentence, is there in the sentences or in the text, but given in a wrong order. So that will be false statement. But not given statement is that statement which is sentence which is given to you to decipher whether it is true, false or not given. So the information about this type of sentence that is not given statement is not there at all in the text. So that will be not given appropriate choice. Next is matching. You will be given columns and the information based on that, based on the text, you have to match column A with column B or column 1 with column 2. And then there will be some questions about sentence ending. Some sentences will be given and ending you have to match with another column. So this will also be based on the texts. And sentence completion will be there. So there will be some sentences in column and another column there will be some sentences. You have to complete sentences, match them effectively. And then there will be some labeling questions, and maybe some flow chart will be given, or some picture will be given, or something like that, and or some map is given or some plan is given. You have to label that wherever some missing information is there, label them effectively on given numbers. And short questions or answers sometimes are also there. Then there are some blanks, you have to fill that on the basis of the text given. And then there are some multiple choice questions also. So these are these different types of tasks which are supposed to do in your reading skill as well. So this is an overview about the remaining 2 skills, speaking and reading. And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you should be notified with the latest uploaded videos in the future. And if you want to know something or some kind of information about these overview videos which I have uploaded recently, so you can leave your comment in the comment section and I will respond to that effectively and try to help you and assist you in getting greater bands in the general IELTS examination. So next videos I will be dealing with individual modules. After giving this, as I said, overview of all 4 modules in IELTS General training module. So next time I will give you one by one detailed versions about what kind of things are required in speaking skill, what kind of things and tasks, and what kind of things do's and don'ts in fact you are supposed to do in the IELTS examination in order to get better and effective bands and grades. So wish you all the best, take care of yourself, see you in the next video.